Welcome back. Today we're diving into tube lights. So the three ways I use my tube lights: one is as a hair light, two, I use them in hard to reach places or even as practicals, and the third way, if I'm in a pinch and I just need to throw up some light and get a quick interview, I'll use them as a key light, but that's only if I really don't have any other option. Usually if I'm using a tube light as a hair light, I'll boom it out on a C-stand and I'll rig it just behind the Talon's head. I am always trying to motivate my lighting based on what's naturally occurring in the location or the set that I'm on. If there's some natural daylight coming through a window, I will balance the tube to the natural daylight. If we have a practical in frame and it's a lamp that's 3200, I will set the tube as 3200. Now there are some fun uses for the tube that might, you might want a little bit of a color accent, something fun and funky. Those are some special use case scenarios, but normally I'm usually trying to motivate what's naturally already going on in the room. Tube lights are great for hard to reach spaces. Maybe you have talent walking down a hallway and you need to rig something overhead. Also, maybe you're in a bathroom and the talent is looking in a mirror and there's just no way that you can get an LED or a softbox in that space without seeing it in frame. Pro tip, I will say, if you are having talent in a hallway, I would get yourself a wall spreader. You can buy them at Harbor Freight. They're really great at just rigging a tube light overhead and having talent walk through the hallway, and it mimics natural fluorescent lighting that might already be in the space. Tube lights also make really good practical lights. You can also pull off some really unique and interesting looks if you experiment with the color options that most of the tube lights will offer. Recently I used the tube light as a practical in the documentary I shot called Never Standard. There's a scene where Matthew and Noelle are working on a dirt bike. I wanted to mimic sodium vapor light mixed with a little bit of tungsten light. Another way I've used my tube light is as a key light, but I only really do this in a pinch. Recently I had a corporate client who just didn't have the time or the budget to set up full interviews. There was only like 2 or 3 hours that we had to get B-roll, get client testimonial interviews. And a pro tip is I use a pool noodle to soften it up just even more, just get a little bit more spread out of the already soft tube. Tube lights are also great if you're just starting out. Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. They're great to just use as a key light, use as a backlight. They get you through in a pinch. If you're not lighting a giant space, then they should work fairly well for you. There are a lot of expensive options when it comes to the tube light game, especially being filmmakers. I'm sure we've all heard of the Asteras and the Titan tubes. Recently, over the past couple years, there's been a great shift to more affordable tube lights. Brands like Nanlite, Godox, Aputure, Digital Photo offer a variety of sizes and lengths. Most of them come in the 2-foot and the 4-foot options. Some even come with apps that you can control the lights via remote app, and you can change their color temperature. It just depends on what you need and what you're willing to pay for. Overall, I think tube lights are a great addition to your lighting kit. Whether you're an advanced cinematographer or you're beginning your filmmaking journey, they're a great tool to have for all the scenarios that I listed in this video. Get out there and practice your lighting.